Hello and welcome to our School at Home class in English Grade 7. We are in the third quarter of our set of lessons, and I hope everybody will delight in learning today with lesson number 7. Our topic for today is citing evidence to support a general statement. All the activities provided in this lesson will help you cite evidence to support a general statement. After going through this self-learning module, you are expected to, number 1. Look for the topic sentence in a paragraph that indicates the main idea. Number 2. Identify the main idea and supporting details of a paragraph. And, number 3. Cite evidence to support a general statement. For a start, do the following exercise. You can pause this video if you will need more time. Press play again when you're finished with the activity, and when you're ready to proceed with the lesson. Directions. Each paragraph is followed by 4 statements. Select the statement that best expresses the main idea. Circle the letter of that statement. Number 1. It is often said that lightning never strikes twice in the same place, but this isn't true. Go ask the forest rangers. Rangers who spend their summers as firefighters will tell you that every thundershower brings several bolts of lightning to their lookout stations. Which of the following statement expresses the main idea? Is it letter A? Ask the forest rangers. Letter B. Forest rangers are knowledgeable about lightning. Letter C. Lightning strikes several times at the ranger's workstation. Or, letter D. It is not true that lightning never strikes twice in the same place. Number 2. Costs were low that year and the output high. There was a good person for each job and the market remained firm. There were no losses from fire. All in all, it was the best years in the history of the company. Which statement best expresses the main idea? Is it letter A? There were no losses from fire. Or, letter B. Costs were low that year and the output high. Or letter C. It was the best years in the history of the company. Or letter D. There was a good person for each job and the market remained firm. Number 3. There are great numbers of deer around here. This whole area is great country for hunters and fishermen. There are bears, mountain lions, and coyotes. To the east, there are streams full of trout, and there are ducks and geese. Which statement best expresses the main idea? Is it letter A? There are bears, mountain lions, and coyotes. Letter B. There are great numbers of deer around here. Or letter C. This whole area is great country for hunters and fishermen. Or letter D. To the east, there are streams full of trout, and there are ducks and geese. Number 4. Advertising affects our lives every day. Brand names are common household words. We start each day using the toothpaste, soap, and breakfast foods promoted by advertisers. Ads have made the cars we drive signs of our success. Our choices of food, dress, and entertainment are swayed by ads. Not one aspect of American life is untouched by advertising. Which statement best expresses the main idea? Is it letter A? Brand names are common household words. Letter B. Our choices of food, dress, and entertainment are swayed by ads. Letter C. We start each day using the toothpaste, soap, and breakfast foods promoted by advertisers. Letter D. Advertising affects our lives every day, and not one aspect of American life is untouched by advertising. Number 5. Do you wear glasses? Make sure your glasses fit well. The earpieces should be at eye level. Don't try to adjust the earpieces yourself. Take your glasses for adjustments to the place you bought them. Keep your glasses in a case when you're not wearing them. This will prevent scratches. Keep the lenses clean. A soft cloth is best for cleaning. Which statement best expresses the main idea? Is it letter A? Make sure your glasses fit well. Letter B. The earpieces should be at eye level. Or letter C. Taking care of eyeglasses involves many steps. Or letter D. Keep your glasses in a case when you're not wearing them. Here are the correct answers. Number 1 is letter D, number 2 is letter D, number 3 is letter C, number 4 is letter D, and number 5 is letter C. Previously, you have learned that inference is using observation and background to reach a logical conclusion. You probably practice inference every day. For example, if you see someone eating a new food and he or she makes a face, then you infer he does not like it. Or if someone slams a door, you can infer that she is upset about something. In this lesson, we will define the terms main idea and supporting details. We will then discuss what steps to take when identifying the topic sentence that indicate the main idea. In order to understand and express the main idea of a passage, the reader must not only comprehend the text but also make connections within the content. The reader may also have to recognize and disregard non-essential information. So while this identifying main ideas may come simply and naturally to others, to some, it is actually a 2 or 3-step process. If you need more practice identifying the main idea in a variety of texts, look no further. This module and worksheets will give you practice identifying main ideas. Main idea. The main idea is the central, or most important idea in a paragraph or passage. It states the purpose, and sets the direction of the paragraph or passage. The main idea may be stated or it may be implied. When the main idea of a paragraph is stated, it is most often found in the first sentence of the paragraph. However, the main idea may be found in any sentence of the paragraph. The main idea may be split. The first sentence of a paragraph may present a point of view, while the last sentence presents a contrasting or opposite view. To find the main idea of any paragraph or passage, ask these questions. Number 1. Who or what is the paragraph about? Number 2. What aspect or idea about the who, or what, is the author concerned with? Read this short paragraph. Engineers create wealth for society. So, tennis is a game and the resources of the earth are scarce. Have you gone mad? Thus the only solution is to educate the public on being socially responsible. Did this make sense? Of course not. Why? First, it didn't have a main idea. Second, we would go crazy if texts were written like this all the time. Next, it was difficult to understand because it was made of different ideas that did not link. There was no common thread. But the good news is that normal passages have main ideas. The topic sentence. Many paragraphs have topic sentences that indicate the main idea. Find the topic sentence in this paragraph. Homeless people have many problems. In winter, it's hard to stay warm, and it gets too hot in summer. It's also hard to keep things safe without a home. Worst is the lack of privacy. The underlined sentence is the topic sentence, and all the other supporting details in the text or within a paragraph should tell us more about the main idea. Supporting details. Supporting details prove the value of the main idea. In this paragraph, what are they? Homeless people have many problems. In winter, it's hard to stay warm and it gets too hot in summer. It's also hard to keep things safe without a home. Worst is the lack of privacy. The underlined sentences are the supporting details. There are 3 points to support the topic sentence that indicate the main idea. Stated and implied main idea. Sometimes, a paragraph has a stated main idea, usually in the topic sentence. This means the paragraph says what the main idea is. Sometimes, a paragraph doesn't have a stated main idea, but has an implied main idea. This means that you need to state the main idea in your own words because it doesn't actually say it in the paragraph. Let's take a look at 2 examples. Number 1. The students had fun on their field trip. They visited the Marine Museum. They were able to tour a tugboat and they bought souvenirs in the gift shop. After the tours they ate a picnic lunch in the park and played with their friends. The underlined portion of the sentence is the main idea and is stated for the reader. Let's have this next example. Samantha, I can't eat or sleep when you are gone. I need to hear your soothing voice and see your lovely smile. I miss that special way you sing. Please come home soon. In this paragraph, the main idea isn't stated. However, by reading the paragraph, the reader can determine the main idea that the author misses Samantha. Too much information. All of the sentences in a paragraph should support the main idea of that paragraph. Information that does not support the main idea does not belong in the same paragraph. Take a look at the example on the next slide. Find the extra information that does not support the main idea. Let us check this example below. Maria offered to help her mother clean the house. She vacuumed the living room and dusted the furniture. She picked up the toys in the playroom. She ate a ham sandwich for lunch. Then, she mopped the kitchen floor. Which sentence does not support the main idea? The underlined sentence does not support the ideas of Maria offering her mother to clean the house. Let's read a part of the text written by Ismail V. Malaire. After reading some paragraphs, we are going to practice identifying the main idea and the supporting details. Pliant like the bamboo, there is a story in Philippine folklore about a mango tree and a bamboo tree. Not being able to agree as to which was stronger of the two, they called upon the wind to make the decision. The wind blew hardest. The mango tree stood fast. It would not yield. It knew it was strong and sturdy. It would not sway. It was too proud. It was too sure of itself. But finally, its root gave way, and it tumbled down. The bamboo tree was wiser. It knew it was not as robust as the mango tree. And so every time the wind blew, it bent its head gracefully. It made loud protestations, but let the wind have its way. When finally the wind got tired of blowing, the bamboo tree still stood in all its beauty and grace. What is the main idea of the third paragraph? How about the entire passage? If you say that the first sentence in the third paragraph gives the main idea, then you are correct, and the whole passage talked about how the bamboo stood firm not because of strength but because of its resiliency or its ability to recover from or adjust easily to adversity or change. The Filipino is like the bamboo tree. He knows that he is not strong enough to withstand the onslaught of superior forces. And so he yields. He bends his head gracefully with many loud protestations. The Americans took place of the Spaniards. They used more subtle means of winning over the Filipinos to their mode of living and thinking. The Filipinos embraced the American way of life more readily than the Spaniards' vague promises hereafter. Then the Japanese came like a storm, like a plague of locusts, like a pestilence, rude, relentless, cruel. The Filipino learned to bow his head low, to cooperate with the Japanese in their holy mission of establishing the co-prosperity sphere. The Filipino had only hate and contempt for the Japanese, but he learned to smile sweetly at them and to thank them graciously for their benevolence and magnanimity. And now that the Americans have come back and driven away the Japanese, those Filipinos who profited most from cooperating with the Japanese have been loudest in their protestations of innocence. Everything is as if the Japanese had never been in the Philippines. What is the main idea of the paragraphs? Yes, the paragraphs tell us that Filipinos are like the bamboo that bends but does not yield, flexible yet firmly rooted. The bamboo is known for its resiliency. No matter how strong the winds that hit it, it will go back to its original position and difficult to break. Filipinos are known for their resiliency, for they recover easily from any disaster and calamity that hit the country. Even at this time of pandemic, Filipinos face hardships and they can be stubborn sometimes, but one thing for sure, may the enemy be people, natural disaster, even a virus that cannot be seen, the Filipinos will still be victorious at the end, facing anything with a smile and a hope for a better future. For the activities, please check the next video. Thank you. Read and answer the following activities carefully and honestly. You can pause this video, if you will need more time. Press play again when you're finished with the activities, and when you're ready to proceed. Activity number 1. Read the paragraph, then answer the questions by encircling the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. The rainforest is home to many creatures. Monkeys, toucans and macaws live in the rainforest. Butterflies and anteaters also live in the rainforest. What is the main idea? Letter A. The main idea is implied. Letter B. The rainforest is home to many creatures. Letter C. Monkeys, toucans and macaws live in the rainforest. Letter D. Sloths and tapirs are other creatures that live in the rainforest. Number 2. Soccer players learn many skills when playing soccer. Soccer players learn how to dribble and pass the ball. They also learn how to control the ball so they can eventually score. Most importantly, soccer players learn how to work together with their teammates. What is the main idea? Is it letter A? Soccer players learn how to dribble. Letter B. Soccer players learn many skills when playing soccer. Letter C. Soccer players learn to work together with their teammates. Letter D. They also learn how to control the ball so they can eventually score. Number 3. Swimming is one thing that can be done at the beach. Snorkeling is another thing that can be enjoyed. Playing beach volleyball can be a lot of fun. It is also fun to look for shells. Some people simply like to sunbathe. What is the implied main idea? Letter A. Sunbathing is fun at the beach. Letter B. Snorkeling is an activity done at the beach. Letter C. There are many fun things to do at the beach. Letter D. Swimming is the only thing we can do at the beach. Number 4. Winter provides the opportunity for many outdoor activities. Many people enjoy ice skating on a pond. Swimming in the pond in summer can also be fun. Skiing can be a thrilling experience too. After a new snowfall, you can even build a snowman. Find the sentence that does not support the main idea. Letter A. Skiing can be a thrilling experience too. Letter B. Many people enjoy ice skating on a pond. Letter C. Swimming in the pond in summer can also be fun. Letter D. Winter provides the opportunity for many outdoor activities. Number 5. The Filipino, in fact, has a way of escaping from the rigorous problems of life. Most of his art is escapist in nature. His forefathers wallowed in the *moro moro, the awit, and the corrido. They loved to identify themselves as gallant knights battling for the favors of fair ladies or the possession of hallowed place. And now he himself loves to be lost in the throes and modern romance and adventure. Which sentence is the topic sentence of the paragraph? Letter A. The first sentence. Letter B. The second sentence. Letter C. The third sentence. Letter D. The last sentence. Here are the correct answers. Number 1 is letter B. Number 2 is letter B also. Number 3 is letter C while number 4 is D and number 5 is letter A. Activity number 2. Read the paragraph then answer the questions by encircling the letter of the correct answer. Robots are being used in sumo wrestling contests. Sumo wrestling is a sport that started in Japan. It takes place in a ring. Two players try to score points by holding each other down or pushing each other out of the ring. Robot sumo uses robots instead of humans. The robot that scores the most points wins. First question. What is the main idea of the paragraph? Letter A. Sumo wrestling takes place in a ring. Letter B. The robot that scores the most points wins. Letter C. Sumo wrestling is a sport that started in Japan. Or letter D. Robots are being used in sumo wrestling contests. Question number 2. Which term best describes the main idea of a piece of writing? Is it letter A. A detail. Letter B. A central point. Letter C. A broad topic. Or letter D. An aspect. Question number 3. Which term best describes the supporting details of a piece of writing? Is it letter A. Structure. Letter B. Substance. Letter C. Majority. Or letter D. Descriptive. Question number 4. Which of the following is a supporting detail of this paragraph? Letter A. Watching robot sumo is boring. Letter B. Robot sumo uses robots instead of humans. Letter C. Robots are being used in sumo wrestling contests. Or letter D. Robot sumo contests are better than human sumo contests. And question number 5. Which of the following is not a supporting detail of this paragraph? Letter A. Robot sumo uses robots instead of humans. Letter B. Sumo wrestling is a sport that started in Japan. Letter C. Robots are being used in sumo wrestling contests. Letter D. Robot sumo contests are better than human sumo contests. Here are the correct answers. Number 1 is letter D. Number 2 is letter B. Number 3 is letter B also. Number 4 is also letter B and number 5 is letter D. Activity number 3. Write a check mark next to each sentence that includes a detail about the main idea and an X if it does not. The main idea is, the Earth has many different kinds of violent weather. Number 1. The largest storms are called hurricanes. Number 2. My grandmother doesn't like ice and snow. Number 3. The winds on Mars are very powerful. Number 4. Tornadoes are the most destructive storms. Number 5. A thunderstorm can cause widespread flooding. Which statements give details to the main idea? Which statements do not support it? Here are the correct answers. Number 1 is check because it gives detail to the main idea, while number 2 and number 3 are X. They do not support the main idea, and numbers 4 and 5 are check. For the wrap-up, write down 3 things you have remembered, 2 examples of what you have learned, and 1 question you have about the lesson. In your notebook, write a short paragraph of 5 sentences about how will your family show resiliency and ability to recover from or adjust easily to adversity or change in this time of pandemic. Make the first paragraph as your topic sentence, then the 4 other sentences as the supporting details. Read and answer the post-test carefully and honestly. You can pause this video if you will need more time. Press play again when you're finished with the test, and when you're ready to proceed. Each paragraph is followed by 4 statements. Select the statement that best expresses the main idea. Circle the letter of that statement. Number 1. People often refer to taxes in terms of their being much too high. In reality, they are probably even higher than you think, because in addition to the federal income tax we are now studying, there are many other federal, state, and local taxes, including sales taxes, inheritance taxes, state income taxes, personal property taxes, real estate taxes, and others. These are just some of the most obvious ones. Which statement gives the main idea? Letter A. Some taxes are hidden. Letter B. Taxes are much too high. Letter C. We pay more taxes than we may realize. Letter D. Inheritance taxes and real estate taxes are unfair. Number 2. The fact that electronic computers are now used for data processing has led the general public to believe that it is a mysterious, complicated science and that the computers are giant brains. Both of these ideas are false. A computer is basically just a high-speed adding machine that performs the functions it is told to. If the input data are varied even a little, the computer is unable to operate until it is programmed to accept the variations. The business operations it performs are impressive only because of the extremely high speed of manipulation, but most of these operations have been used for decades. Unlike man, the computer performs repetitive calculations without getting tired or bored. Which statement gives the main idea? Is it, letter A, a computer is a mysterious giant brain? Or letter B, a computer is a high-speed adding machine? Or is it letter C, a computer is superior to man in many ways? Or letter D, a computer is impressive because of its high speed? Number 3. There is a common belief that while the dog is man's best friend, the coyote is his worst enemy. The bad reputation of the coyote traces back to his fondness for small animals. He hunts at night and is particularly destructive to sheep, young pigs, and poultry. Yet it is sometimes wise to encourage coyotes. Provided valuable farm animals are protected, the coyote will often free the property of other animals, like rabbits, which are ruinous to crops and certain trees. He is especially beneficial in keeping down the rodent population. Where coyotes have been allowed to do their work without molestation, ranchers and fruit growers have found them so valuable that they would no more shoot them than they would shoot their dogs. Which sentence states the main idea? Letter A. Under certain conditions the coyote is helpful to man. Letter B. The coyote is feared because of his fondness for small animals. Letter C. The coyote usually prefers rabbits and other rodents to sheep and poultry. Or letter D. Modern ranchers would no sooner shoot coyotes than they would shoot dogs. Number 4. In earlier days, those who had overseas business which they believed should be discussed personally, took ship and set out across the briny deep. Once aboard, they transacted their affairs, engaging in commercial and social matters or conducting government business. Today, ships and passengers continue to sail the seven seas, and airplanes soar overhead. But above them all, words speed through the sky. Telephone conversations quickly bring together in the most personal fashion people who are separated by thousands of miles. Which sentence states the main idea? Is it letter A? Overseas telephone service today is ruling out all need for overseas travel. Or letter B? Many conversations which once required overseas travel can now be conducted by telephone. Letter C? Even with modern overseas telephone service, people continue to travel abroad by ship or by plane. Or letter D? Nothing can take the place of person-to-person conversation in settling business, social, and government problems. Number 5. The attitudes of Americans toward gambling are amazingly contradictory. You may find, for example, that horse racing is legal in your state, but that you cannot legally play poker for money on your front porch. Bookies may be prosecuted by state law, but they are supposed to purchase a federal license nonetheless. One church condemns gambling, while another raises money by sponsoring bingo games. Gambling laws are inconsistent from state to state or even from town to town and are very difficult to enforce. Which sentence states the main idea? Letter A. Gambling laws are difficult to enforce. Letter B. Americans have negative attitudes toward gambling. Letter C. Churches do not have uniform ideas about gambling. Letter D. Gambling laws are inconsistent from community to community. Here are the correct answers. Number 1 is letter C, number 2 is letter B, number 3 is letter A, number 4 is letter B, and number 5 is letter D. And that ends our lesson on citing evidence to support a general statement. Congratulations for completing lesson number 7 of the 3rd quarter. Goodbye, and see you in the next lesson.